This portable shrine, when maintained properly, will still exist 500 years from now. The craftsmen building it are almost gone. What you're about to see is the full making of an Edo Mikoshi. 5 months of work, 5 separate crafts, and a tradition that took 400 years to perfect. Stay to the end. You'll understand exactly why a piece of wood lacquered the right way outlasts everything we make today. Let us now visit the workshop of Taneya-san and observe the process of building a mikoshi. Taneya-san builds the main body of the Edo Mikoshi and is an Edo Mikoshi master who ultimately brings together all the various decorative elements into one finished whole. The materials used include zelkova, pine, Japanese cypress, magnolia, and katsura, each chosen according to where in the structure it will be placed. Even within the same type of wood, pieces with coarser grain rings are harder and are used where strength is needed, while those with finer grain are of higher quality and easier to carve, so they are used for decorative sections. The mikoshi is composed of the base platform, the surrounding railing, the main body, the surrounding fence, the torii gate, the bracket complexes, and the roof section. The dimensions from the full-scale drawing are transcribed onto a piece of wood called the moritsuke bo, the master measuring rod. From this single piece of wood, you can understand the measurements of the entire mikoshi.
先ほど図面から取った盛り付け棒で、みこしの一番下の今台輪を作っております。
The daiwa is the foundation of the mikoshi, and since 2 thick carrying poles pass through it, it must be extremely sturdy. Zelkova wood is typically used for this part. Because the mikoshi is constructed primarily by interlocking mortise and tenon joints, not even the slightest discrepancy can be allowed. It is precisely this craftsman's skill that creates a mikoshi that will not budge even under the intense movement of those who carry it, and a mikoshi built this way, with proper maintenance, will last 500 years, says Taneya-san. Floorboards are laid over the daiwa, and the internal frame, the uchi-do, is assembled. The uchi-do must be built solidly, so that no strain is placed on the veranda and outer body assembled around it.
銅も同じ非道に硬くもなく緩くもなく、これが最大の技術の見せ所です。
The Mikoshi is a vehicle for the Go-Shintai, the sacred divine body, that is, for the deity, to travel in. And in form, it is essentially a miniaturized shrine.
これが屋根の下場といいますか、裏面で、桁に不動でもって根太が入っております。根太は心棒と打ち戸を受けますんで、やっぱり出ばい硬い木を使ってあります。桁ももちろん欅で、桁と清いにはこうたるき彫りがしてあります。これをたるきをつけてしまいますと、刷毛が入らないのと、細かい点に漆がたまりましてきれいに上がりませんので、塗ってからたるきを一本一本こう打っていきます。こういう感じになります。
The ridgepole is attached to the roof, and wedges are driven in.
おみこしの屋根は7寸勾配で、普通は7寸勾配ですけども、三社型法蓮は5、6寸でうんと低くなります。でその7寸勾配の間に張らせるか滑らかにいくかはお客さんの注文と当人の意思で決めます。屋根の厚板を張るために野だらけに対して平行にいってるかねじれてないかを定規で確かめます。高いところはのみで外ります。
To make it easier to curve the roof planks, shallow saw cuts are made along the underside. Once the planks have been laid across all 4 faces of the roof, they are finished with a hand plane.
で上は平らな金で仕上がりましたので、今度はこれは反ってますんで、この金は反り材と言います。これで仕上げます。これは荒取りです。
For the curved sections of the roof, a special plane is used, whose sole itself is curved.
でこちらが反り材の俗にキワガンドと言いまして、角いっぱいまで刃が出ております。でこれで角が残らないように仕上げています。でこちらが荒取りで、見ていただく通り刃がいっぱい出てます。こちら仕上げで刃を少し出して少しずつきれいに仕上げるようにします。
These planes are modified from commercially available ones and made by the craftsman himself. Taneya-san's work is both precise and magnificent. It is truly the refined skill of an Edo craftsman. Once the dimensions of each part of the main body are determined, the metal decorator, Izumi-san, begins work in earnest. The mikoshi is fitted with a wide variety of metal ornaments. The craftsmen who make these metal fittings are called kazari-shi, decorative metal workers. First, a template is traced onto paper. The paper template is aligned with a copper sheet, and the outline is marked in ink. A steel punch is placed on top, and patterns are struck out with a hammer. There are many different types of patterns in the punches. The punches are the lifeblood of the decorative metalworker. Izumi-san owns 800 punches. After cutting away the excess with shears, the piece is polished with a file. The sections to be joined are brazed together and assembled. Skill honed through years of experience, refined over a lifetime. It is that accumulated age that elevates the work to something magnificent. The lacquering process has begun. To fill the joints between the roof planks with kokuso, lacquer putty, the seams are first carved out deeply with a chisel. Kokuso is made by mixing raw lacquer into paste glue, then adding kokuso wada, a material made from gathered fibrous dust, along with sawdust from wood cut with a saw. The kokuso is pressed into the carved grooves with a spatula. This process is called kokuso filling. Hemp cloth is then laid over the top. This fills the gaps at the joints between planks, creating what becomes a single solid board. Several days later, the kokuso-filled areas are ground flat with a stone. Hemp cloth is adhered using a mixture of paste glue and raw lacquer. This cloth application serves to prevent warping from appearing on the surface. Warping, called yaze, refers to the appearance of surface irregularities. When the softer portions between wood grain rings sink inward from drying, wood warping appears on the surface. A mixture of raw lacquer and tonoko, a fine-grained clay powder, is rubbed and worked into the hemp cloth, pressing it firmly in. This is done to prevent cloth warping, that is, surface unevenness, that occurs when the cloth dries. Jinoko, made from crushed fragments of pottery kiln material, is mixed together with raw lacquer.
これは今地の粉をつけてるところなんですね。これは布が痩せこないように木痩せと布痩せを止めるために地の粉をつけてます。でこれを、要するに、2回乾いちゃつけ乾いちゃつけで2回やってですね。でその他にまた今度はもっと細かいトノコっていう ものがありまして、それとのこを漆混ぜてやっぱり同じようにして乾い茶つけ3回つけて計5回です、下地が。そうすると万全に布のやすが止まり木のやすも止まります。
Once the base coat is complete, the black lacquer is applied. This process is repeated in 3 stages: undercoat, middle coat, and top coat. It may look straightforward, but handling lacquer is by no means easy. Even a minor unevenness in the application can significantly affect the final finish. After each coat is applied, the piece is left to cure thoroughly in a lacquer humidity cabinet for at least 1 week. Once dry, the surface is leveled by sanding with charcoal. From the base coat preparation through to completion, the cycle of applying and drying is repeated over approximately 5 months. Once the top coat is finished, oil is applied and the surface is buffed to a final polish using sunoko, a powder made from deer antler.